Hello, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. We have changed the aspect ratio again because even though this menu looks very warped and weird, I noticed that the gameplay looked really like thin and squashed last time, so the menus look wrong, but the actual gameplay will look right, and I think that's more important. So I'm just gonna jump into it. As I've said before, if this is first of all, if this is your first time watching and you for some reason have jumped in on part 2, hello, my name is Lara or PurpleCoffins. I am a Twitch streamer who likes to play puzzle games and detective games, and that is why we're playing some Sherlock Holmes. This game came out in 2009. It is very interesting. It's not my first Sherlock Holmes game. It's my third, so hopefully we have some fun with this. And in terms of the plot so far, I can't remember most of what's happened, so I'm just gonna jump into it and I'm gonna check the menus, etc. I have actually got a button for this now. I have 1 hint coin should I need to look anything up, which I have done already this game. So we are currently what was happening? What was happening? Oh god, this looks so awful. Look how stretched this looks. But this is the thing. This is, if we actually go back to the gameplay, this looks like good. Well, good. It's the right aspect ratio is the point. Whereas, you know, this completely is not. So, oh, the harnesses. Yes. Okay, so if we go back step by step, the woman, hold on. So, there is a man that we think may be the murderer, aka Jack the Ripper, who will attack the sex workers after they've been paid to steal their money. Get more information from the owner of the brothel, Madame Bella. She wants us to get rid of this guy, Walter Sickett, who has a year's free pass at the brothel because he thinks they stole his cane. We then found his cane at the doctor's clinic. I'm going to move my camera to the other side so we can actually see this properly. The doctor's clinic, but he won't give us it unless we get him some leg harnesses, because he needs harnesses for all of the prosthetic limbs that he has to give people. And so we've gone to his shop to get some harnesses, because he happens to have horse harnesses. However, he also knows about the guy who attacked the woman. So it's kind of all come full circle. That's what's going on. Are you keeping up? No, me neither. But what we need to do now... I'd like to return home, but I promised to go to the police station as soon as I could. So, luckily, I know where we're going. The police station. Doo-doo. Here we are. The police station. I wish it would stop giving me the broken glass to hold in my hand. I feel so threatening. Ooh. Oh. Another woman's gonna be killed. No! Okay, so...
Will you?
Yes.
Hey, Doctor, you seem tired. Were you wandering the darker parts of Whitechapel all night?
You could say that. I have some information on Leather Apron,
That's his
the
name.
man of whom we spoke earlier.
Do you know where he is?
No, but I can clear him of the Bucks Row crime. A witness proved him totally innocent.
Oh, Sherlock!
Watson, is it only now, after many hours of walking, that you decide to pass on the important message that Inspector Aberline is waiting for?
But
I don't like the
No.
insinuation of...
But what are you doing here, Holmes?
I was worried, Watson, and with good reason it would appear. Go give the message to this policeman and let's go home. Nobody appreciates me hanging around here, you know, and it's freezing cold.
Ah, Creddle, none too soon. You will take the testimony of this.
No, you continue with your duty shift. I must find Chandler in Ambury Street. He's struck again.
Who?
The murderer, the Bucks Row assassin.
Hanbury Street. Let's go, Watson. We have no time to lose.
Watson wants to go to bed. Let Watson go to sleep. Hold on. What did it say it was? Huxbury Street? I've got Baxter Street and I've got Whitechapel. Is it in Whitechapel? Where's Huxbury Street? Garden Street, Carson Street, St. Mary Street. Am I supposed to be able to see it?
I have no reason to go that way.
Oh. I can't go home. What? Just let Watson go to bed. Like, give him a coffee or let him go to bed. Poor boy. I don't know where I'm going.
I have no reason to go.
Oh, I guess if he says that every time, I could just...
I have...
Where am I meant to be going? Am I just meant to leave? What? Oh! There it
Hanbury
is.
Street. Let's go, Watson. We have no time to lose.
Give him his ice cream uniform. Justice for Watson. Hanbury Street, September 8, 1888. Okay, so you control Sherlock Holmes. I'm glad it's telling me now and then, you know?
This time a killer beat her to a pulp, the slut.
Alright. Good lord.
You can go in, Mr. Holmes. She's there. We didn't touch a thing.
Go in? Oh. I thought it was... Oh, that's just a man. That's just a sleeping man. Okay. Crime scene. Now, is everybody ready to enter the crime scene? Do we all have our notebooks? Our deerstalkers? Our hint coins? Hold those hint coins... Oh, Jesus. Just look that beaten. Her face is still intact.
It was very good of PC Chandler to let us pass. He said no one has touched the corpse. It's the perfect opportunity for us to put our skills to the test.
Perfect opportunity
Watson,
for us to
let's not waste it.
plant evidence and absolve ourselves of the crime.
This fence separates the courtyard from the neighbours, 27 Hanbury Street. I have nothing to ask.
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought he was outside. Okay, never mind. Maybe it's a different cop. Okay.
A torn envelope. It smells of rubbing alcohol. It contains 3 pills. I will take one. 2 should suffice for the police.
I'm going to steal evidence. Don't mind me. I don't know. Oh, cool. Well, it tells me I'm right. Some of these things, I'm like, I don't have any way of knowing which one of these is correct. Like, the envelope is there, yes, near her hand, but she could have been given it, or she should have been he could have been giving it. I don't know which one, and I'm supposed to just guess.
So, Doctor, shall we examine our victim?
Ah, I'm tired, Holmes. I'm not sure if I am in a state to do this work.
Come, Watson, there is little time. Show me what you're made of.
Let the poor boy sleep.
Oh, my God.
Pray, Watson, pull yourself together. Can you establish the time of the crime?
I don't like
The
Sherlock.
extremities of the corpse are cold and rigor mortis is beginning to set in. I would say that the murder was committed over 2 hours ago, before 4:30 a.m.
I mean, we did see a woman talking to the murderer. Oh, I see why he said good lord.
A piece of coarse muslin. 2 combs, curiously arranged.
I can actually see this one a little bit better.
Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
Like, I can actually see the ground and stuff. I can see where they're... Whereas before, I was literally just clicking randomly in the last murder.
A bruise. The victim's face appears to have bruising.
Same
Wouldn't you
bruising.
say?
Under the maxilla and cheek. There is less on the right side.
Got really black eyes, but that might just be because she's
The
dead.
tongue is swollen. Look at her neck. What can you tell me?
There are 2 incisions.
Same as before. Doesn't look like she's got defensive runes. Not that they're saying any of that.
The victim's face appears to have...
Under...
Look at her neck. What can you...
There are 2...
Okay. I don't see anything else. Like, nothing else is coming up. Maybe I'm done then. Yes, I'm done there. Okay.
Now, let's look at the stomach, or at least what remains of it.
Do we have
It's
to?
dreadful, Holmes. Who could do that to someone?
That's what you're here for, Watson. Tell me what this man has done.
You do
The
it!
stomach has been entirely opened and... Oh, my God! A number of organs have been removed.
So, you're telling me that the organs were removed, Watson. They weren't ripped out.
Not at all, Holmes. On the contrary, this is clearly the work of an expert. I couldn't have done any better myself. And the uterus is missing.
Looky here. It would seem he has a mark on his left hand.
She has a mark on her left hand. It said so. Oh.
The victim must have worn a large ring or several little ones, and someone pulled them off forcefully. This detail will be very valuable, Watson. You can be sure of that.
So gross. That looks important. Why is that not anything? Okay, fine. Oh, stab some entrails? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay.
What are we doing, Holmes?
I don't know, buddy. Yeah, we haven't got all the clues, though. No, I want to look at the wall. Let me look at the wall! I swear, if it stops me from being able to finish this case because I can't get the clue that's on the wall. There's clearly blood on the wall. Let me click on it.
This door must lead to the cellar. The latch has been recently repaired.
How recently?
This fence separates...
We're not done. This is the thing. It's so hard to know when you're done. I think he usually says something, though. He's usually like, okay, we've got all the clues, we can go home now. And Watson's like, thank God, can I please go to sleep?
I have nothing to...
Oh, hold on. Wasn't there a button? Oh, there's a clue over here. No, apparently
What do you
not.
think, Holmes?
There are no trails on the ground. There's no sign of a struggle.
Look, there's a clue there, and it just keeps going back to the body. Does this have to be like pixel perfect before I can look at it? Oh, bloody click on it. I'm gonna have to look it up already, and I'm not counting this as a hint coin because this is like a bug. Okay, I have to turn widescreen on. That's what people are
Now,
saying
let's
is how you
look at
fix
the
it. I've done this bit. Good thing I'm not trying to get like a super clean playthrough of this.
The blood
There.
is a dozen inches or so from the ground.
That's so
Bloodstains
annoying.
On the wall. My dear Watson, now that we have found all of our clues, nothing remains but to subject them to our most likely hypotheses in order to deduce the facts.
That's the same thing he said last time. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Thank God there was someone had a solution. Someone else had the same problem, and they were like, "This is what you need to do." Okay. Feet of the victims. The items at the victim's feet are very orderly. They belong to the victim. Body is cold at the extremities, and rigor mortis has barely started. Barely 2 hours ago. Recent, that's what Watson said, and I believe him. Recent large scrape on the right phalanx of the middle finger. One or more rings. Yeah, the murderer searched her. Unfeeling and that's... Your Honor! Hold on, I've got my camera on the wrong side. Your Honor, speculation. A. Chapman's murderer is unfeeling and organized because he left stuff on the ground. I don't understand how that makes any sense. Crime was committed barely 2 hours ago. 4:30, and the victim must have worn one or more rings. They stole the rings. Oh, yes, because it was too harshly taken. Incision from going left to right going around the neck. There's an incision on the neck from the right side, stopping the middle of the wound. Around the neck is jerky and not in one piece. The murderer used a bad knife. Organs are missing. The uterus was removed by the hands of an expert. There you go. This is... I mean, I kind of prefer this to having to just kind of hope that I'm right. Like, in the newer Sherlock games, I wasn't a massive fan of the way that the way that the evidence and the clues and all of the deductions lined up. It was at least it was a bit more understandable though, and I could kind of see how the deductions were being made. But I didn't like that it was so uncertain. This has kind of gone the other way, like it tells me straight away if I'm right. You know, like it goes green if I'm correct. So I don't know which one I like better. You didn't do any of them. What? None of them are right. Oh, maybe it's not a bad knife then. There we go. Killer does have knowledge of anatomy. Oh, and we've missed some up here. Okay. I'm hoping that we're gonna take the pill back to the table and do some like chemical experiments on it, like in Crimes and Punishment. I'm gonna be such an expert of Sherlock Holmes games by the end of the year. I'm gonna be like, I know everything there is to know about the Sherlock Holmes games. Ask me anything. Such a specific knowledge set. Oh, the coffee is so bitter. Neither footsteps nor streaks of blood on the ground. They were not dragged. Blood on the fence is a dozen inches off the ground, and some blood splattered on the floors by the stairs. She had her throat slit while lying down. Yes, I think it's going to be lying down. Which took place on the premises. Victim has bruises under the right jawbone and beneath the left cheek. With his left hand. Hold on. Her left cheek. That must have been right. Bruises under the right jawbone. Yeah, so that's his left hand. Killer must be right-handed. That doesn't really narrow it down. The tongue is bloated. He was strangled. She was partially strangled and had her throat slit. Hey, got it all.
Noise coming from the street, Watson. The authorities are arriving. It's time for us to go.
That doesn't look suspicious at all. That's so suspicious.
Holmes has been locked away in his room for days. Always saying the same things. I'm thinking, Watson. Very good, Watson. As you wish, Watson. But I am thinking too. So much so that I can't sleep. Annie Chapman. Good Lord.
Oh. My audio or the game audio? It's happened, yeah, last time too, didn't it? Game. So weird, because I can hear it just fine. But I'll fix it. I'll fix it. This game is just technical difficulty after technical difficulty. I don't think if I mentioned this. I think I probably did. But the game, I initially couldn't get this to capture at all. So this was good. I bought this. Well, I'll just go back to the game. It's already loaded. I bought this a while ago. I think before I played Crimes of Punishment. And then, I thought we'd play it for funsies. Because obviously it's older than Crimes and Punishment. So I was like, I want to see what the older ones are like. And I tried to capture, and I could not get it to capture. I tried all of the different solutions that you do when you're setting up an older game. Nothing would work. And then, before I came back to streaming, I thought I'd try it again, and it just worked. And I was like, but clearly not perfectly. Is the game audio back? Is it okay now? Listen to the lovely violin music. I'm so sorry I keep yawning. I've not slept very well. You think so? Yeah? Okay, I'll listen to it too. If it's the game audio, it's fine. I keep doing this. I keep muting in the middle of a sentence. We'll know when a character speaks. Okay, let me click on something. Something will make him speak, I'm sure. Is there nothing to click on? Oh my god, there's nothing to click on in this whole area. Oh, hold on. I can go over here.
The Adventure of the Dancing Men. I remember it well.
That better?
The Adventure of the Dancing Men. I remember it well.
I watched it too, just to be safe. Cool. That was fun. Right. I think I'm meant to be doing this.
Holmes examined the broken jar that belonged to Finley's tenant.
I thought that was...
I wonder what this substance is. I don't recognize the odor.
That's green. I thought that...
Formalin, Watson.
Oh,
This jar contained formalin. Interesting, don't you think? I've been waiting for something for days. Just the tiniest bit of news that would make sense of this whole matter. But there's nothing, neither from the press nor the police. Unless Inspector Aberline is holding on to some information without realizing its importance, which is quite possible. It is time for you to return to the police station in Whitechapel, Watson. And didn't you tell me that you had a matter to take care of it? Take advantage of it to learn more about this pill and its contents.
Ah, but Holmes, it's late, and spending another night in this district is hardly my idea of entertainment.
I know, Doctor, but we don't have any choice. Time is against us. Take your pistol in case you run into any troublesome characters.
Fine, as you wish, Holmes.
he just does whatever he says. Like, poor boy. First of all, why can't Sherlock figure out what's in the pill? Or maybe he doesn't have the right chemicals and stuff for that. That doesn't sound right. Also, I just get so distracted by Sherlock's voice acting that I forget to pay attention to what he's actually saying. Like, the meaning of his words. Because he speaks so fast. Alright. Where am I going? Police station. Be so precise with that little knife cursor. So I'm sure that glass wasn't green when I picked it up before. I have a pill. Oh, I forgot that I did that.
Good evening. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all, Doctor. This man, Mr. Richardson, is a witness to the horrid affair at 29 Hanbury Street, the murder of Annie Chapman. We are discussing the relevance of his testimony.
You're probably not in a position to discuss it with me, but I would like to know more about what you call the relevance of this young man's testimony.
Oh, there's no secrecy. It's simply that the testimony given by Mr. Richardson doesn't match the time of death given by the coroner, Dr. Phillips.
What was the time of death, according to him?
Before 4:30 in the morning.
That's what Watson said.
My conclusions were the same. Were there any other conflicting testimonies?
Well, 2 other witnesses summoned at the preliminary inquest gave testimony, but in these cases too, the times don't match.
Do you remember what it was they said?
I didn't question them myself. A colleague of mine took down their statements on paper, but on deciding they were of little use, he tore them up and threw them in the bin. There's no point in being bogged down with useless paperwork.
Professional. Jesus. If I have to find those
I
pieces
will
of
take
paper...
my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor. Excuse me, Doctor.
Okay, I was wondering if I clicked on him while holding the pill, that would work. He
Closed.
threw them in the bin. Let me talk to this guy.
May I
know you.
introduce myself? I'm Dr. Watson. I am...
You wouldn't be the chap what writes the detective stories in that there paper.
Well, yes,
me.
indeed, my stories have been published in the Strand.
Go blimey, wanna tell me old mum?
Oh,
It would
blimey.
seem your testimony is the subject of some debate. Could you tell me what it was about?
They'll be telling I'm a bit befuddled about the times that I told them. But it can't be so. I knows what I sees and what I don't sees that morning.
What did you see, or what didn't you see? And at what time, would you say?
Hit my
I'll
notes.
tell you this for nothing. It's me old mum who lives at the house where the body was found out back in the garden. She has her shop at the bottom to the right of the stairs. Her door was broken down not too far back because it's a real zoo it is. Right, the morning it happened, I head that way to see if me old mum has finally had the place broken into. It was 4:45 when I got there. That I'll swear on me dear old mum's life. I had a look round to see if the cellar had been taken. No. I had a little sit down on the stairs by the courtyard because me shoes were causing me no end of pain and I had a cut and all. I didn't see a single thing below the steps, Doctor, not one single thing. If there was some bird all covered in blood, tain't no how I could have missed that, even if it were night time. Right, 5 minutes after getting to number 29, I had to clip off. And now they tells me that either I can't tell time no more, or I was fixing me loafer next to a stiff that was still steaming. All right then. Evening, gents.
All right. I bet Sherlock's gonna have something to do with this. He's gonna have something to say about that. I was fixing me loaf. It does annoy me when games clearly have a script for the voice actors, The voice actors don't follow the script for whatever reason. Either they get direction not to, or they change a line or two because it feels better, whatever. And then they don't fix the line in the game to match what they're saying. Because there were like 3 sentences in that where he said something completely different. It meant the same thing, but the words were different. I'm like, what's the point in having subtitles if you're going to change the words? Anyway. Do I have to go back to Baker Street? I want to know what to do with this pill.
I could return to Baker Street, but I am still missing some...
Right. Maybe I can ask him again.
Yes, Doctor?
Oh! Got new
So,
options.
how far along are the investigations into these 2 recent murders?
Everyone around here believes both crimes were committed by the same man.
Would make
but
sense.
as for the Hanbury Street and Bucks Row crimes, nobody has heard or seen a thing.
Of course.
By the way, have you heard of a Dr.
We already
Templeton?
asked this.
No. Is it important?
Yes. Well, no, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I have heard about this man, his
Actually,
frequent nocturnal
I don't
outings
know.
and bizarre behaviour.
What does this chap look like, Doctor? And where can we find him?
The last I heard was that he was staying at Finley's place, the man who was looking for me a few days ago.
It would greatly assist us if you could ask Finley what your strange associate looks like. We could then see if the description matches any witness accounts.
We didn't have any witness accounts. Okay.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye. I think I forgot about the guy, the cobbler. Because he's supposed to be giving me something, and it's been multiple days, and I haven't gone back. That's a bit... Ooh. Are they ready? Can I have your legs,
Good
please?
evening, Mr. Solomonovich.
Not
Good
your legs.
evening, Doctor. What a pleasure to see you again.
Have you finished converting the harnesses?
Yes, just now. I got a little behind because of all the commotion.
Tell me, did John Pizer turn himself in to the police?
Things unfolded as they should. Look in the newspaper, the Daily News from today.
Commotion?
Don't you start. 3 days ago, the very afternoon that you passed by, there was a chase throughout the neighborhood.
There's a chase.
Hundreds of people were chasing one man, claiming he was responsible for the murders these last few days. Schmonz! It was awful. I hope those maniacs didn't catch him. Better the police should.
Okay.
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
I'm not going to read it out. The whole thing. I'm just going to skim it. I can't be bothered. We know he turned himself in. That's the important thing. Okay, now I have to go back to the clinic. Because he needs the legs. Doctor, I have your legs. And I might take a wee break. Get myself some food.
Good evening, Dr. Gibbons.
Doctor,
Did you keep the cane we spoke of last time?
I was going to sell it tomorrow, would you believe, having not heard word.
Do you have any formalin here?
No, definitely not. They have it in university hospitals to conserve anatomical specimens in jars. But in a little clinic like mine, we don't keep anything but bad memories.
Odd thing to say. Okay.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Doctor.
I must retrieve Sickert's cane at all costs.
I know. I have a leg to give him.
Yes, Doctor?
Here are your harnesses, Doctor.
Why I had to do it
top
like that?
quality, I'd say. Definitely worth the price of this walking stick.
Rice.
Here, it's yours.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
To the
Goodbye.
brothel!
I must go to Miss Bellows.
I do appreciate that he does this every time, but it's also like, I don't need you to tell me every single time where I'm going. There we go. Just take the pill. You know, that's how we find out what's in it.
Good evening, ma'am. Your door was open. Isn't that a little dangerous?
Hello, Doctor. Don't worry, if the looks of anyone who enters doesn't please me, me and my pistol know how to convince them to leave.
Oh, I've got new things.
Do you happen to know Annie Chapman, the poor woman who was killed 3 days ago?
Dark Annie? Like all the drifters in the area, I've seen her once or twice. With respect to the dead, Annie really was the bottom of the barrel.
What do you mean?
Well, in our profession, the pretty young ones go out when night has barely fallen and don't have a problem finding takers. But poor girls like Annie or Polly Nichols, who aren't as tender and are often sick, sometimes trudge around for a whole night in the cold and the rain before landing a client. And that doesn't help their appearances either. They don't have much choice about paying for a bed for a few
that's
hours,
not what
a
she
glass
meant.
of gin or a hot meal.
How terribly sad.
That's the price of survival in Whitechapel, my angel. One of my girls knew Annie for some time. They bought some jewellery on the black market, I think.
Again,
Jewellery?
very different sentence.
How could Annie Chapman have possibly afforded jewellery?
Luxuries for a woman are always relative to her condition, Doctor. As a matter of fact, it was real cheap junk. Annie got 3 assorted brass rings, I think.
There we go.
It's been said I have a memory for jewellery.
She's just so expressive with her hands.
How is Lucy keeping?
She's doing well, Doctor, but believe me, it won't last. Rare are the girls who can build a future in our profession.
Just all the arms. It's just so much. Okay.
Very well, I shall let you get back to work, Ma.
See you soon, my love. You're still...
There we go.
I found the cane that was stolen from your client. Here it is.
Doctor, you are a real saint, I can see that. I'll finally be able to present my bill to this damned painter. If by chance you see him, tell him that a little surprise awaits him here.
You told me you would give me some information
You did.
on this Dr. Tumblety.
Agreed. He's a Canadian or an American. He parades from time
You
to
laugh.
time through the neighbourhood in a 50-guinea suit and acts like a doctor. But for business, he isn't worth it. This damn Yankee hates women. The few times that he was approached by the girls, he spit on them, all the while hurling insults. It would seem that he was hunting for the bad boys. He's
That's-
looking for trouble, that animal.
Does he frequent any pub in particular?
Aye, the Wasp's Nest on Burner Street, I think.
Oh, I've
a
been there.
seedy spot, even by our standards.
And by that I mean I've seen that. I've seen the sign
Very
for that
well,
place.
I shall let you get back to work, Ma.
See you soon, my love.
Okay, we've actually got a fair amount of information. Which one's the exit? That one. Okay. I think before we go any further, I'm gonna go and have a quick break and get myself some food. And I will leave you guys with the fishing minigame if you are so inclined. But I will be back soon. I'm basically I'm going a bit loopy. I need to have some food to wake me up a bit. I'll see you guys in a wee bitty. Okay. In fact, I think I'll exit the game so I can run this. Okay. So, we've had a break. We've had a bit of a chat about the state of my current computer's life. When I say computer, I always say computer, but it's not a computer. It's a laptop. But you know what I mean. And because of that, I've forgotten what we're doing. Oh yeah, I need to go to the wasp's nest. You're a wasp's nest. Oh, cool, it's already on my map. I didn't think it would be, but I have seen it before. So that's good.
The Wasp's Nest. This pub looks even more disreputable than the Golden Lion in Baker Street.
Why was the picture... Oh. Ah, it's the cane guy. Is that the cane guy? It's definitely the
Good
cane
evening,
guy.
sir.
Well, I know you. Why, we met at Miss Pullman's the other day. So you've come to slum it in Whitechapel,
You have to
eh?
slum it in a Whitechapel. Sorry. Don't like him.
Do you know Dr. Tumblety? A Canadian or American chap. Quite an extravagant dresser. Frequents this pub now and then.
Are you intimate?
No. What do you mean by that?
Oh,
Gay.
nothing at all.
Yay!
I just wanted to prove my discretion concerning this man, in so much and so far as I know him. You wouldn't like it if one day the tables were turned and everyone was talking about why you were in the borough. Isn't that so?
That was a non-answer. You didn't give me anything.
As it happens, I saw Miss Pullman recently. She told me that she couldn't wait to see you again. She said something about a surprise that is waiting for you at her establishment.
Why, that is some of the best news I've heard, my friend. As thanks, I would like to let you in on a
Oh,
secret.
cool. Good, he's actually giving me info.
The man that you were talking about, and whom I happen to know by sight, passed by and went through that little door that you see over there. Another man let him in. They weren't together for more than a few minutes, to be sure, eh?
Together. Okay. Right, so he's in
As it
sin. Oh
happens,
no, I
I
didn't mean to do
saw
that.
What?
That was an accident. I meant to hit goodbye.
Well, I will continue my...
No,
But
not
what
love.
is this person trying to imply? This matter is beyond me.
Thinks you're gay, Watson. You need to chill.
Hey, you can't go in there. It's private. Got it?
Right. Fair enough. What is that?
This is the sink where the barmaid puts the glasses to soak. Look, red ink. What's that doing here? The bottle is closed. There must still be some ink inside, and it looks like a glass. The barmaid must have put ink into the sink by mistake.
Put ink in the sink.
Do I get in your way? Me?
If you'll excuse me, sir.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm clearly doing things in the wrong order.
Good evening, sir.
It'll be the coup of my career, Governor said. Ha! You'll make loads of dots of the paper, he said.
You're a journalist?
That's so. Tom Bulling at your service.
Who's doing that?
The Whitechapel ferret, the wizard with the scoop.
You don't appear to be in a state to write anything, my friend.
You're mistaken. Whiskey passes through the blood and turns into ink. Simple. You see, mugs and inkwells are all the same.
Don't you think you should settle your tab and go home?
My red ink? Where's my red ink? I won't even pay half a halfpenny if they don't return my red ink. It's my blood, you hear?
I have your red ink, actually.
Very well, I'll be on my way.
I love that this guy's like shouting at him and he's like, okay, very well, I'll be on my way. Maybe I should do that at work. If I have a really like unruly customer who's getting annoyed at me for something, I'll just pretend to be an NPC and just go, sorry, I don't think I can help you with that, old chap, and then walk away. I think that would be quite funny. Oh, so going through my items, I have to scroll the mouse, and it also scrolls the chat on my screen. It's very annoying.
You're the best. The boss told me. My red ink. Well, where's she be?
He wasn't that drunk earlier. He's gotten more drunk throughout this conversation.
I found your red ink, my friend. You should settle up and head home.
Thank you, my friend, thank you. The spring-heeled phantom will be revived.
What? Who? Sorry? Did he leave his letter? Shit. That must have been why I had to do that. Oh, no? Or not? What was the point of that? Did she want me to make him go?
Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav?
Why was the point in
Greetings,
that?
my good man. Could I have a pint?
Maybe don't speak so fancy.
Here, Gov.
What's behind that locked door over there? Can I go in?
Not likely. And let me be unless you're wanting a drink. Got it?
Right, mate.
Here you go. It's on the journalist, my friend.
I owe you one. The next one is on me. What'll it be?
Nothing, thanks. But I may need your help.
I don't know if that was... So I got the money from that guy for his drinks, gave it to the bartender. So obviously this is the money he was due. And now he's like, I'll give you a free drink. Like, I don't think that's how that works. I mean, I appreciate that you're thankful, but like, now you're going to be out of pocket. Anyway, whatever.
I've been told that Dr. Tumblety might be found around here. Is that so?
I don't do a roll call of all the drunkards here. I've got my hands full just making sure I get their money.
Listen, my friend, I would like you to let me in the door over there.
You're a bobby? A peeler?
Absolutely not, my friend. I am a doctor.
His tie is
Fine.
so skinny.
I owe you this at least. There's a bloke behind that door there. No pity Bluto. Let's just say he wants to lay low for a moment. So I don't think he'll be opening the door just now. Unless... Tell him you have word from Squibby. They'll open the door. But who can say what'll happen when the door closes?
Who on earth is Squibby? That's for him to know and you to find out. Okay. Girls, go tell
Goodbye,
me
my friend.
Squibby.
Oi, that's it.
What? What? Why did he say that?
Let me in. I have news from Squibby. But stay calm.
And who are you? Where's Squibby? He's out.
To be honest, I don't actually know this Squibby
Don't
chap.
tell him that.
I was actually wondering if you knew Dr. Tumblety, a Canadian or American fellow. He came in...
Sure we know him.
Excellent. Can you...
You know about gas?
I'm afraid not. I am a doctor.
Then I ain't interested. You can be leaving now. But if I find out who snitched to the peelers, I'll find you. Got it?
But I can pay you for...
Keep your coins for the paupers, or one of the gas boys who ain't afraid of nothing and knows how to hold his tongue. You bring him to me, I'll meet with you.
Right. So somebody cliped, and we have to find out who it was, and then he'll speak to me. That's what I gathered from that. So, just seeing if there's anything I've missed in here. No, okay. How am I meant to find a gas boy? Gas me up, boy.
Gov?
I'm so sorry.
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
Why is he so mad at me? I've done nothing. Thank you very much, Sketchy. Sorry, I was just reading your message at the same time as that cutscene was happening. Those who are watching this later, so didn't have all of the chat that we just did. It's very bright, this street. What's changed? Why is it so bright today? We had a nice long chat about my computer, that I need to build a computer, because my laptop is dying. And a nice long chat about it. Oh, nice, that is under budget. Fantastic. Love it, love it. And it's got a cute white case. Perfect. Exactly what I want. I will have a look at that properly later. But I trust that it probably makes sense. Okay. How am I supposed to find... Maybe I can go back to Holmes. You're gonna go back to Holmes? The aesthetic is important. You're right.
I could return to...
Okay. One of the gas boys who ain't afraid of nothing and knows how to hold his tongue. So we need somebody who knows stuff about gas? Yes, please do. How do I even do that? Are you... Okay, I was wondering if this said Gas Boy on the door.
Look, the Club for Socialist Jews, the Cradle of Liberty. Another political club of little interest.
Oh, wow. Okay. Judgy.
Berner Street.
The fact that they had to make this whole...
Berner Street.
Like, this whole game is both in third person and first person. I think that's just neat. Neato. That's just real neat. Partial picket under UK, so stores and such should be right. Oh, nice. I'm not sure about this stuff with the gas boy. Sounds like a stinky affair if you ask me. So all of those are just going to be signs, like street signs. I don't know who... Maybe I go to the policeman? The police station probably knows, right? Hold on. Can I set a... There you go. That makes more sense. Why would map be set to C? Set it to M. I can't tell him why, though, because I'm pretty sure that guy's a criminal. Do you know anything about gas
Yes,
boys? No.
I will take my leave
No
from
questions about
Frisk.
gas
Goodbye,
boys.
Doctor.
What do I do? How do I find a gas boy? What does that mean? I mean, it's clearly like... Were these gas lights? No. Is it like one of the little boys who like goes around and turns all the lanterns on?
I have no
Yeah, I
reason
thought
to
so.
go that way.
Find a gas boy. You a gas man?
My sister saw something strange last night. Even though a man who wasn't drunk for a change didn't see nothing.
Either way, what difference does it make?
Tell me, is it...
Ooh, it's so cold.
Nope. It's hard to know, you know. Gas lamps. So it's clearly, I think it's something to do with the
Tell me, is it...
What? I know you.
Join your lark.
Tell me, is it...
You too? You're lost?
How do I find a gas man? Let's call up British Gas. Hello? You supply me house for me? PC had Sherlock's voice. Honestly, I didn't. I've heard so many voices now. I couldn't have told you that. Yeah, you guys, you know, crowdsource it. Okay, I don't want to be wandering around for ages. Should I try the cobblers, maybe? Because last time I just had to go to the clinic. Oh, just go everywhere. Just talk to everybody. Oh, he's back again.
There is a strong smell of gas. It seems to be coming from the abandoned building.
Somebody farted. Hey, buddy. Do you know about a gas leak?
Good evening, Finley. How are you?
Oh, good evening, Doctor. So. And you?
It smells
You
of
smell
gas.
of gas! Sorry.
You might say, Doctor. Without wanting to speak ill of the force, I have to wonder if the police are up to something.
What do you mean?
Well, I was outside yesterday evening when the light went out at my place, and a gas smell came from the abandoned building across from my place. And a minute later, the police arrived and was snooping all around like it was them who hit the gas before arriving.
Suspicious.
Have things sorted themselves out?
Hello,
with your
Samuel.
strange tenant?
Don't talk about it, Doctor. That man is truly bizarre. He goes to the most sordid locations once night falls. 3 days ago, my wife told me she saw him come in with blood-stained clothes and a fearsome look.
Suspicious. We be suspicious.
Interesting. What does he look like, and how old is he?
What's his
he's
social
my
security
age, give or
number?
take.
Uh,
So, the other side of 50. He's always dressed in a striking manner with an American hat. He's big, close to 5'11", I'd say. He has a strange voice, not just his accent, see, his voice.
How's it going? There's a ship a day out here in the old US of A. It's good to hear. The one of the suspects for the Jack the Ripper case is American. What have you got to say for I know you're not American, but what have you got to say for yourself? Huh?
Very well. Goodbye for now, Finley.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Now then, let's go to the police station.
Oh, okay, we're not gonna go see the chap, okay. That makes sense. It's literally round the corner. I didn't have to use my map. I could have just walked. Me again.
Yes, Doctor.
Tumblety is a man around
Oh,
5'11",
yes, that's why I was getting his
about
description.
55 years old, extravagantly dressed and with a rather distinctive voice. He boards at Finley's. You should know where that is, as the police were there only yesterday. Their arrival coincided with a strange gas leak.
Ah, yes, I know where you mean. Indeed, there was an odd affair with the gas. It was rather unsettling. We were searching for a well-known scoundrel who was ratted out by Squibby, the chap we followed and saved from the pack a few days ago. This thug, no pity Bluto, Must have been in the abandoned building in question.
I know where he is.
There was no sign of him when we arrived.
Do I tell on him?
Furthermore, an inspector said that, given the smell, the thingamabob that supplies gas to the building was probably damaged. So we took no risks and were called away somewhere else.
And left the gas running.
I
Everybody
will take my
died.
leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Okay, well, we got some info. But now I don't know what to do. Do I go back to the house? Do I go back to the pub? I really thought it would make him, like... Hold on, I've lost track of where I was. I was there. I really thought that it would be like, ah, good, now I know this thing. Now I should go this way. I'm wondering if... Can I go up here? Okay, I can't actually go in the house, though. It won't let me. Can I go in this one? No.
Anything else, Doctor?
What, two?
Very well. Goodbye for now, Finley.
Oh, that's
Goodbye,
weird.
Doctor.
The link that Sketchy sent me didn't make me make an account. It just let me in. How to work on a Tuesday sucks. I finished the sentence, but then I realized it sounded like I was going, that sucks to be you. I'm gonna quickly turn on my heater. No, I'm on mobile too. I just opened it from... I don't know if it's the same link though, to be fair. So, for anybody who's just come into the stream, there's two conversations happening. We're trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper is, but at the same time, we're also trying to stack me up with a new computer. So we're doing both. Okay, so we've been to the police station. I think maybe we're supposed to go back to the pub.
No, it would be better not to insist.
Okay.
Gav?
Gav?
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
That's also how I'm going to end every conversation at work from now on. Okay, cool. Nothing more to do. Where am I meant to go? Have a quick look at my document. No, my dialogues, not my documents. Okay, so clearly what's happened is somebody, either the cops or maybe just by coincidence, the thingamabob that supplies the gas to the house has stopped working. So they had to flee the house because the police appeared to sort the gas, and obviously they have to hide. So that's why he wants a gas boy to come and fix the gas so that they can be in the house flat. And they obviously need it to be someone who won't tell the cops that it's the guy who's on the run. That's clearly what's going on. However, I don't know how to tell the cops if that's what I'm supposed to do, because I don't have the option. Try again, though. Maybe I have to go home
Yes, Doctor.
and let him just do his thing.
I will take my leave, Humphrey.
Goodbye,
I've got a
Doctor.
description. I've told him where he lives. Am I done? Can I go back to Baker Street?
I couldn't.
No, okay. I do just happen to kind of, if I just go to all of the places on my map, I will eventually find the right place. At least that's what it feels like. Have I got any more I can say to you?
You're still there.
Very
Can I
well.
get a
shall
refill?
let you-
See you.
Sorry, I'll try not to do that every single time. It's just very tempting. No, it's not the brothel. It's not. It won't be Lucy's lodgings because she'll be asleep. Not Wasp Nest. We've been to the boarding house. Should I go to the clinic? Because there's somebody in the clinic I need to go speak to? Maybe I need to go to the back of the police station because for once it's open.
Yes, Doctor?
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Doctor.
I was gonna call that guy something, but if you weren't here for the first episode, you will be a bit worried. So I'll leave it. Anything this guy can say to me?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Nothing.
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Thanks for your help, though. You're an old pal. No, okay, nothing in here. This is how this game works. I just have to wander around. Okay, to the back room.
Closed.
Okay, I really have no idea what I'm meant to be doing. Can I ask you about
Yes,
this pill?
Doctor.
I still can't
I
ask
will
you about
take
the
my
pill.
leave.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Okay. Oh! Okay, positive affirmation time. Let me get one up and I'll do it. Hello. DP has redeemed positive affirmation, so it's time to do a positive affirmation with me. Oh, this is a good one. I give myself permission to make choices. That's a good one for me. I will make the choice to pick parts for my computer. I mean, to be fair, I could just go... I trust Sketchy knows enough about computers to just go, boop, and that be that. Oh, I do. I have one hint coin. But no, I'm gonna look around a little bit more before I use the hint coin. I'm gonna try and search a little bit more in every single place that I can go. I've been to every place that I can go. Really don't know what else to do unless I just wander around on the streets and hope that I see something. Are you a gas boy? Can I just, like, find a gas boy? Clearly they need someone to fix the house. Maybe I go back to the boarding house again. I don't think so, but all I can think of. Lucy, I'm gonna go see if Lucy's in her window. No, she's not in her window. Okay.
Commercial Street.
It's the brothel. That's just somebody's house. I don't think it is. I think it's just a place for rubbish to go. This is the boarding house down here. Aha! Oh no, I've done that already. Done that already. I'm sure I already had that.
Anything else, Doctor?
Oh! Oh no. No, I've already read all those. I thought those were blue for a second. I was excited. Never mind. I'll give you the info unless you want it, as always, but I might have something standing by.
Goodbye.
This will be like how I was supposed to go to the clinic to get the walking stick back, even though there was absolutely no clue that that's where I was meant to go. It's just gonna be some place that I've been before, and some person that I've spoken to before has a new line of dialogue all of a sudden.
No, it would be better not to insist.
Very close in parts and prices? Sweet. I mean, if they can handle streaming and running a game, and basically if they can handle the stuff that I need, then I'll probably just get one of the setups. And they all work together, etc. These guys are...
I have nothing to ask.
I mean, I could just ask them if they're a gas boy. Are you a gas boy? Right. Go third person. No, okay, nothing. There's nothing to interact with here. At this point, I'm just wandering around the streets.
I have no reason to go that way.
No church for you, buddy. Is this where the clinic is? Okay. Going back in the clinic. I think maybe I'm supposed to go to... Right, that was a bit weird. Speak to Squibby, or whatever his name was. Scribbly. But I don't know where he is, unless he's still at the police station, and I can't find him at the police station. Already spoken to the doctor, so nothing here. I've spoken to the cobbler, so it's nothing to do with him. Maybe I just wander a bit, see if I find anything. I might have to use my hint coin. There's always a toss-up. Get it. Toss-up. Oh dear, this is the street of the murder. Get out of here. When I can't do something. It's like, do I just keep going until I find it? Because it could be
I have no reason to go that way.
Could just be like something I've slightly missed.
Whitechapel Street.
But it could be really boring to watch. Or do I spend the hint coin knowing that I might have been close to finding out what it was?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Okay. I'm probably gonna hint coin it. Before I do though, let's see if there's anything that can give me a hint here. Oh, thank you. Now I have 2 hint coins. In that case, I will, in fact, use a hint coin. So, there we go. I want there should be a sound effect for when I use a hint coin as well. He threw the notes away. Yeah, somebody threw the notes away when he took a statement and then he said he didn't need it anymore, and I was like, do I have to go through the bin to find it? I said that at the time, but there isn't a bin. That's just the laundry. It's not that. Ah! Down here! I didn't see
Here are the
it.
ripped statements. I can piece them together
I
again.
knew I had to piece them. Thank you. That was worth the hint coin. I knew I had to piece the pieces together. Down there. But I thought that. I was like, oh, well, clearly it hasn't come up, so that's not part of what we do. Oh, this is a different statement. There must be 2 of them. Oh, this is important. Okay, so those aren't the same. Sweet, I can turn them around and put them back. That's nice. We're gonna do it like this, because that way I can line up the words. I think that's... Oh, right, so it's like that. Okay, I see what's going on here. So this is the second testimony goes there. Which means we don't know for certain how they look at the bottom, but we'll just keep doing this. There we go. Haha! So these might not be the same. That might not be that one, but we're gonna go for it for now. Honestly, our lists are more or less the same. Main difference being I didn't budget in OS costs because you can get them dead cheap if you know where to look. Always go other things in more detail later time. Also, your assumptions about my ability to spare the building machines semi-regular for a few years. Yeah, see, I knew that. I knew that you'd build machines, which is why I was like, I trust your judgment, and I trust Sick and Side's judgment. If you guys have got like the similar things, then I would also like to get a new webcam, but that is not a urgent thing. I can get that at another time. Just because not this one, but the other one that I use for cooking has started to glitch. So I'd like to have another 2 that work, but again, not urgent. I don't do cooking streams at the moment anyway, so it's fine. Okay. Oh, that looks like that lines up. Perfect. Okay, so we did get it right. I just happened to pick it the right way around. There we go. No. No. Yeah. Yeah. If only it was this easy to actually put things back together. But it's never, they never ripped this neatly. It's like he came at it with squiggly scissors.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
Found the baby version of the case you wanted, so similar look, just more than half the price. Nice. Yeah, more than half the price. I got that right in my head eventually. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. See, I was just gonna go for the next Logitech. So I'm using the C920 right now, and I was just gonna go for the C920 too. But maybe it should be an upgrade higher than that. But again, computer first. But that's really good. And did you also send me a message on Discord so I can sign for it? Yes, you did. There it is. I can see it now. Sweet. Okay, I will have a proper look into that, and I will work out if I can actually budget that in some regard from somewhere. My voice is going. Oh no. I have a bit of a stream budget, but also nowhere near enough for a computer, but I could like put some money towards it from the stream budget and that kind of thing. So our testimony. Where's the other one? Why have I only got to one testimony? On the morning of the murder, the witness left her domicile at 32 Church Street at approximately 5 a.m. to get to the Spitalfields Market. She was passing down Hanbury Street about 5:30. The witness was certain at the time as she declares that she heard the clock at the Black Eagle Brewery on Brick Lane strike the half hour just before she entered the street. In front of 29 Hanbury Street, she saw a man and a woman talking. It should be noticed the witness identified the body of Annie Chapman at the morgue as being the aforementioned woman. This identification was solicited by our services. The man seen with the victim is described by the witness as follows: at least 40, a little taller than the woman with whom he was discussing, approximately 5 feet 3 inches. Excuse me. Not the guy we're looking for, because he's 5'11". Brown deerstalker hat. Sorry. It's Sherlock. Sherlock killed her. I used to be a fan of Logitech cameras up to the point where their drivers started interfering with the ASO driver for my sound hardware. It's a very me-specific problem. I did have some problems with them for a while, because having two Logitech cameras, they've now fixed it, but for a long time, having two different cameras really confused your computer if you had two of the same camera plugged in at the same time. It like couldn't figure it out what to do with them. I got it free from work because it was being thrown out. Oh wow, it's a decent camera. Like, it's served me well once they fixed the issue with the two cameras problem. I have no issues with it, other than one of them has started glitching out and being weird. Particular markings: dark hair and mustache. Okay, so it's not Sherlock. He's got a mustache. Dark face, looks like a foreigner. The witness only saw the man from behind and wouldn't be able to recognize or identify him. The term foreigner is also associated with a person of Jewish origin. Is that by any chance so I understand that that's what they're getting at? So I feel like that doesn't make sense to put in a testimony. And the other one. The witness resides at 27 Hanbury Street, the building adjoining number 29 of the same street, and the two respective backyards are separated by a wooden fence. On the morning of the murder, the witness got up at 5:15 and went to the yard where the latrine was. It was then 5:20. On going back to the house, the witness heard voices from behind the fence coming from number 29. The only word he understood was no. He went into the building again, but returned to the yard approximately 4 minutes later, whereupon he heard a noise as if something fell against the fence. He then departed for work. When he passed in front of the Spitalfields Church, it was probably Sir. Okay, so they both say that it happened about 5:30. No, the timings do not line up. Has everyone been doing it wrong? Maybe I should check the... What on earth was that? Oh, because I found something else. Okay. I'm pondering getting a newer webcam on and off, but the creative live cam I have is honestly very good. It records in 1080p at decent frame rate. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Sorry, my brain just started wandering there. The ADHD is strong today. April 1886. At gunpoint from the White Plume Mountain Inn, also called the Kayak Affair 5 years ago, Dartmoor. Okay, so that was something that's been cut off. Okay. Benjamin Benny the Scholar. I'm not saying his last name. That's not good. 46 Houndsditch, falsifying bank records. Okay, so these are old police reports concerning certain arrests. Ron Obvious. What a great name. I don't know if any of those names are important. But I've got it, I guess. Maybe it'll come in handy later.
An old report on arrests that took place a few years earlier.
Don't say it so loud. He'll hear that you've stolen evidence. No, I'm already here. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to go to Baker Street.
I could return to bed.
Damn it! Still not done. Okay, fine. I just want poor Watson to have a good night's sleep, okay?
Yes, Doctor.
Nope, okay.
I will take my leave, Humphrey.
Goodbye, Doctor.
What am I supposed to be doing with my note? My documents? Okay, do I have any... I don't have any other evidence I need to look at yet, apparently. I still don't have a gas man, so I don't know if there's any point in me going to the pub. Maybe I go talk to my guy.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Still
Farewell, Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
There was... So I kind of thought, because he would be able to give us some information. I need someone who wears a... Hey, you were at the police station earlier.
Nah, time to chat. I've got business. Got it?
And the other way. That's my favorite thing. Anytime you talk to anybody, they stop where they're going and turn around and walk the other way. Handy knife cleaner. That looks like a mangle. A useful and always acceptable wedding present. Gas without heat, smoke, or smell. Gas! Look, they're talking about gas. Venom and Sons. Could you imagine if that was actually a clue? How cool that would be. What am I meant to do?
You got a pretty penny or some bread?
You definitely weren't there before.
I have no reason to go that way.
Get out my way, mate. Okay, where am I going? I don't love that I have to keep doing this. Do I maybe have to go to the scene of the crime again? Where is the scene of the crime? I don't have the scene of the crime, like on... Oh, yes, I do. It's there.
I have no reason to go that way.
No, I don't. I don't need to go that way. I'm going to go back to the pub. I don't think there's anything in the pub to help me, but I might as well try.
No, it would be better not.
Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav?
Oi.
Gav?
Gav?
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi.
There's nothing to do in here except leave. That'll be another street sign. What? Where is that?
Burner Street.
Yeah, there we go. Knew it. Maybe I can go home? I think I already tried that, right?
I could.
Yeah. I've got all my deductions. I have no more deductions to do. What do I do? Hold on, let me turn off the... There we go, get rid of that pill, and then you can just, guys can... POV... You're walking the streets of London in 1888. I do have a hint coin, but I don't want to use it this quickly. I don't want to use my hint coin already. Okay, I'm going back to the police station. I found a testimony in the police station. Is that... It's important. It's giving me some stuff to think about, but...
Closed.
I don't know...
Her Majesty Queen Victoria. What would she think of this mess?
Yes, Doctor.
I will take my leave.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Maybe I could go find the clock or something? Because, so, the stuff that I just sorted out... Hold on, not this page. The stuff that I just sorted out, right? About 5:20, this person thought there was the murder happened. At this time, at 5:30, somebody saw the witness, the murdered victim, talking to someone. I haven't been to the guy at the street, but he didn't have any more to say to me last time I went that way. Unless it's something to do with the testimony will help. Really have no idea.
Anything else, Doctor?
Nope. He ain't got anything new.
Very well. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doctor.
There's nothing. Nothing for me to click on. Oh, sorry. It's in my bag, and I can't do anything with it. But every time I scroll, it comes back up because it's like that's how you go through your items, and it's also how you switch between third person and first person. So when I click it, sometimes I accidentally scroll, so it keeps popping back up. I did try using it to talk to the guy, but it doesn't give me any extra, like, dialogue options. It said, while you're there, why don't... Wait, what is it that Sherlock said to me? Hold on. Take advantage of it to learn more about the pill and its contents. Oh, maybe I go to the clinic for that. Don't imagine he's gonna be able to figure out what a mysterious white pill is. It could be anything. I think this can help.
Yes, Doctor?
Could you tell me what type of pill this is?
Yes, we have those here. It's not really a medication. We give them to patients with chronic respiratory conditions like tuberculosis.
Bill's here.
Did you have a patient by the name of Annie Chapman, the woman killed 3 days ago?
Indeed. She came in the morning of her death. Poor woman.
Did you give her these pills?
Yes, now that I think of it. She actually came in twice. The first time I gave her an almost empty container without making her pay. She came back during the day and said she dropped the container and stepped on the pills. She wanted to know if I could give her more again without paying. I refused. After she left, a patient who was there told me that he lives at the same place and confided that she had been lying. He saw the pills fall in the tenement's communal kitchen, but the woman immediately wrapped them up in a piece of paper.
Where did this paper come from?
According to this man, she'd found it near the chimney in the kitchen.
Anyone could have thrown that paper there. That envelope can't have anything to do with the murder.
Oh, the thing in her hand.
Nothing. I was just talking to myself. Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
Well, it would seem that I have all the information I need for
Thank
my
God.
investigation. Anyway, this fellow Bluto at the Wasp's Nest is rather shady and doesn't look like he'll want to cooperate. I'd be better off returning to Baker Street. Holmes will certainly know what to do. And besides, I am worn out.
Okay, crustification. Okay. We will exit the game and try and save from too much crustification. It's a good word. Crustification check, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me, by the way, today, guys. It's been very nice. I realize it's almost 6, but I did start the stream 2 hours late, so I'm going to stream a little bit longer. In fact, I will text Joe and tell him. How is my phone? My phone, which I have barely used this stream, is now on 50%, and I charged it all the way up to 100% at the beginning of the stream. Accomplished a lot today. I got lots of fishing in. Shall I? No, I'll keep going a little bit longer just so we can get back to the back to Baker Street, and then I might wrap up. But
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home. There we are, Holmes. I've told you in great detail everything that happened last night.
I've now had a sleep.
Excellent work, Watson. We shall now be prepared to answer a few questions about the horrible murder in Hanbury Street.
Do you think we are now in a position to find out the identity of the murderer of these 2 women?
No, I don't think so. It's outside of our scope and not our responsibility. As much as you've done for Leather Apron and the affair with the pills, our mission is to help the police by ensuring that they don't get caught up following false leads and to point them in the right direction. Let us start from what we know with some certitude. As you have just said, it is almost certain that the same person killed the Bucks Row and Hanbury Street victims. The reason to assume as much are numerous, and I shan't elaborate here. What do these 2 victims have in common?
Oh, that's for me to say.
It's true these 2 women were in the same profession, but...
Indeed, Watson. These 2 women were both prostitutes. That is of vital importance, Watson.
My memory from your examination of the scene is rather hazy. Didn't you say something about the killer's frame of mind?
I was talking about the
Right,
victim's
no,
possessions that were placed on the ground and the rings missing from Annie Chapman's fingers. This killer is a cunning predator, comes from a rather humble background and shows steely self-control in carrying out the murders.
Something is puzzling me, Holmes. Richardson's testimony contradicts the time of death given by Dr. Phillips, which also matches my own, 4:30 a.m.
And yes, we shall confirm that, Watson, and attempt to determine the precise time of death. In order to do that, we will need to place everyone involved on a timeline. Only after that will we be able to place the knife symbolizing our killer. Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
Yes, thank you. I was very confused about this timeline. Oh, I'm going to turn my heater off real quick. But it is too warm now. Never have a decent middle ground. It has to be too hot or too cold. Just like Goldilocks' porridge. Right. Let's do a timeline. Estimated time of death according to Dr. Watson and Dr. Phillips. Oh, sorry. That's not what I meant to do. Oh,
let's put the time of death as assessed.
Oh, okay, so they all have like symbols. 4:30. Oh, sorry, you can't see that outside. There we go.
The assessment of the time of the murder given by Dr. Phillips and yourself, Watson, 4:30 a.m.
Sherlock and Watson arrive at the crime
We
scene.
left the station at 6 o'clock and it took us 20 minutes to arrive at Hanbury Street.
Well, that's pretty easy maths then. Oh, sorry.
Our arrival at the scene
Actually, maybe I
occurred
should
at
put it down
around
here.
6:20. Given the distance separating the two locations, we can deduce that the corpse wasn't discovered after 6 o'clock and therefore that the murder must have been committed before.
I'm confused. What do these mean? Oh, here we go. Select from the inventory the dialogue and the 2 documents which will permit you to determine the time of Annie Chapman's death in Hanbury Street. Okay. So, guessing these are documents. So, okay, I have to double click of them. Okay. I don't think this is proof of anything. Miss Long sees a woman speak. Oh, this is the one we saw in the cutscene. Sees a woman speaking to a man near 29
Now,
Hanbury
for the most
Street.
important part, the testimony of Miss Long. She claims to have seen a woman speaking to a man near 29 Hanbury Street sometime around... What time, Watson?
I don't remember. $5:30.
Let us assume, therefore, that Miss Long's testimony is, as is most certainly the case, true. She places her meeting with the victim at around 5:30, claiming to have heard a clock chime on the half hour at the moment when she enters the street.
And he left his house. Okay, Mr. Cavendish hears a fall against his garden fence. Was at 5:20. No. 4 minutes. 5:24.
Our next witness is Albert Kadosh. Kadosh goes back down into his garden approximately 4 minutes after having left it, and hears the sound of an impact against the wooden fence.
This is at
Let's place this
5:32.
symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline. Kadosh leaves the garden, enters his house, then leaves for work, seeing the clock on the Spitalfields church showing 5:32.
Excellent deductive reasoning, Holmes. Could have more easily been said, owing to the fact that the victim was dead before when we arrived. They must have been killed beforehand. Wait, what? What is this quote? And I still clearly have something I need to put in. Oh wait, no, the guy I spoke to. Where's the guy I spoke to? Him. What did he say? Quarter to 5 when I got there.
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline.
How do I do his departure time? Ah. He left his mother's place at... ...5 minutes later. Okay.
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline. Despite the great respect I have for Dr. Phillips and the value I place on our friendship, my deepest conviction is that both of you are mistaken and that Richardson is in the right and that these two testimonies put down in writing have real worth.
But how? Explain yourself, Holmes.
Remember how you
dare
assessed
you,
the time of
Holmes?
death? You touched the fingers and body of the victim, but it was remarkably cold for this time of year. In addition, the corpse had been drained of bodily fluids. Its heat retention was therefore no longer
Yeah, but the
same
rigor
as that of an
mortis.
intact corpse.
Egad! You're right, Holmes.
Oh, I've had some time to research, Watson.
Given these facts, my first diagnosis may have been off by half an hour, perhaps even an hour.
Thus, we can confirm Richardson's statement and establish that the murder was committed after 4:50 a.m. and not before 4:30 a.m. Let's place this symbol that represents Albert Kadosh goes
There we
down
go.
into his garden
I've got to
at
put him on.
approximately 5:20, and on re-entering his home, hears voices in number 29's garden. Excellent, Watson. All our people are now in place.
Yes, but Holmes, Miss Long claims to have seen the victim at around 5:30. But according to Kadosh, someone, most certainly the victim and her murderer, was already in the garden at 5:30.
Excellent observation, Watson.
What was wrong
It
with the
must
clock?
be noted, however, that these two witnesses, Long and Kadosh, saw the time shown on the clocks in the area, which are often inaccurate and went by their empirical and, in this case, erroneous estimate of how much time had passed. Thus, neither of these two times can be considered reliable.
Do you mean to say that these two testimonies might match?
Indeed, let's put Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30.
Okay.
Let's add Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30 a.m.
Trying to get my camera in a place that isn't going to be in the way.
Mr. Kadosh claims to have passed by the Spitalfields Church at 5:32, which, given the distance from 27 Hanbury Street, would mean he was still at home at 5:31. Let's therefore put the end of his testimony at 5:31.
This one?
Miss Long heard the man say to the victim, "Will you?" To which the victim responded,
Will you-
"Yes," which would suggest that an agreement was reached and that the transaction was imminent. They then proceeded to enter the garden, which puts the voices heard by Kadosh at 5:29. We had thought that Kadosh had left 27 Hanbury Street at 5:31 after having heard an impact against the fence. Thus, 2 minutes passed between the moment when Kadosh entered the house after having been in the garden the first time and the moment when he returns to go out again and leave for work. How long did he estimate this interval to be? 3 to 4 minutes. In light of all this, Watson, we can finally establish the time of Chapman's murder. Now, place the knife at the exact time. Now then, taking into account that the local clock isn't exact and that a young man was off by a minute or two in his estimations of his comings and goings, we can confirm Miss Long's testimony and place the time of the crime at approximately 5:30.
But in that case, Holmes, the man that Miss Long saw is none other than...
That's right, Watson. It was the Whitechapel killer.
To think that Miss Long and Kadosh were only a few feet away from him.
Indeed, Watson. Had Miss Long passed just a little closer to the victim and her assassin, or had the young Kadosh popped his head over the fence out of curiosity, the killer would most certainly already be behind bars.
That's some stroke of luck he had there.
I couldn't agree more, Watson. But his luck didn't end there, given the mutilations inflicted upon this poor woman. What must be considered above all is the killer's obvious wish to remove one and only one specific organ.
The uterus.
His surgery pinpointed the exact spot, avoiding superfluous incisions. This suggests the man possesses at least a minimal anatomical knowledge.
Are you suggesting a doctor or a butcher?
Perhaps,
Or a
but
vet.
the possibilities are still too broad to conclude with any certainty. Now for the motive. Despite my almost complete lack of practical experience on the subject, I have a rather precise idea of the usefulness of a uterus and a vagina. Nonetheless, once they are separated from their usual envelope, I am more circumspect as to the uses one can make of them. What do you think, Watson?
I was so expecting that sentence to come out of
Watson.
his, we need a board! We need another board, Watson! Bring me another cork board, Watson. Oh, those two. Is it this one over here? Aha, it is. What have been the possible motives of the crime? Specimen for the sole purpose of study. Black magic, cannibalism, trophy, money. No indication would suggest any type of ritual that was black magic.
Watson, this line of investigation is far too vague. We don't have a single clue in support of such a motive. We can eliminate this hypothesis.
Okay. In the medical university environment, students easily have access to a number of specimens, so
Perhaps
yes,
it
no.
was intended as a study specimen.
I have little faith in that theory. Hardly anything was taken from the Bucks Row victim.
This one.
Money, quite simply.
Even if this motive seems incongruous, we're in no position to deny or affirm it until we know whether a market for human organs exists.
That one is yes, then. Trophy? No, that's wrong.
Holmes, what if it was
Why is dementia mentioned?
cannibalism?
Even if the idea is unbearable, we can't ignore it as a possibility. Elementary.
Oh, easy.
What emerges from these possible motives for having removed the uterus from the second victim is that they implied that the killer could have carried out the same thing on the Bucks Row victim, yet didn't. This brings us to a terrible conclusion. Our killer has evolved in the space of only a few days, and if that's the case, had he already struck before the first murder to which we attribute him? And if the killer strikes again, what atrocity awaits his next victim?
We have to stop him, Holmes.
We shall do our best. This recent business of jars filled with formalin and of the American doctor might be a lead. Watson,
I thought we weren't
inquire among medical
involving
circles
ourselves.
to ascertain if there is a black market for human organs. The chances are slim, but this must be pursued.
Very well.
Why does he
What
have
about
to
you,
do
Holmes?
that?
I will send word to Inspector Aberline regarding our recent conclusions. I should also like to become a gas man and pay a visit to Bluto at the Wasp's Nest.
Understood, Holmes. I think one of my old university colleagues who works at the London hospital will be able to help me. I shall write him a note at once. He should be able to see me during the day. Afterwards, shall we meet here?
Yes, Watson.
Oh no, the
See you
audio didn't
later, and
work.
Good luck.
I don't know why the alert didn't work. Oh,
I
that
must
sucks.
get to the London hospital, where my old university colleague works.
Okay. Now, the question is, do we stop here and come back another day? I think this is a good stopping point. I could keep streaming, but also I think I probably should stop because this is my normal stopping time. It's a bit of a shorter stream today, but I think that's acceptable. And I don't want to burn myself out. So I think, in fact, we will at least end the game portion of today. We might sit and chat for a bit longer, but thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this later on YouTube, do the buttons, hit the things. I'll leave hopefully an end card at the end for the next part or for the playlist, and there will be links down in the description. I'm actually saying all of this because I've been adding things now, so if you check the links in the description, it'll link to like the full VOD version of this stream, but also just the version on Twitch as well. Anyway, you don't need all this rambling. Face it, Watson is a man with medical knowledge. That makes sense, but it's also like something he's gonna have attached to his reputation. Anyway, I hope you will enjoy me for the next one. Probably playing more tomorrow, I imagine, if you're watching live. And that's that. Thank you very much.